What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this one I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make Batum Chapter 2 in Minecraft. This is part 2, and in this one we're going to be doing this little hallway along with getting up to the music studio or department. I still can't remember what it's called. I want to say it's actually a studio, even though I've been saying department. And yeah, we just kind of get all the walls and stuff here done, but not really a ton, just kind of, getting the starting stuff. But anyway, that is all. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so from the point that we left off here, you want to start by getting out the following. Chisel bookshelves, oak planks, stripped jungle wood, stripped oak wood, beehives, oak slabs, oak stairs, block of coal, and oak trapdoors, because we need like a million of those. So from this doorway here, you want to bring the oak plank and the floor out an additional block. And if you're looking at it from this particular angle, you want to make sure you're on the right side of the hallway, because I'm definitely not. You actually want to place an oak stair, not a plank. I apologize. I was on the wrong side. That's crazy. Extend the stair left by 2 and right by 1, and then off the sides of it. From there, you'll place upward-facing stripped jungle wood on both sides. You'll then take the... If you're looking at it like this, you want to take the left side and extend the stripped jungle wood towards you with 3 chisel bookshelves. Not that switching directions on me. Stripped jungle wood, chisel bookshelf, oak slab, stripped jungle wood. Then you're going to go with 6 chisel bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, singular bookshelf, stripped jungle wood, 2 bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, and finally an oak plank. For the right side, you want to, off of this chisel bookshelf, start with 6, or off this stripped jungle wood, sorry, start with 6 chiseled bookshelves. Lord, I can't speak. Stripped jungle wood, 4 chiseled bookshelves, oak slab, 3 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, 2 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, and then an oak plank. I will start by bringing the walls up this time, so each oak plank and stripped jungle wood up by 3, and then for the chiseled bookshelves, you know the drill, the stripped oak wood, and don't forget the things in the wall. I'll explain those briefly again since it is a new part, and also the one that is next to a stripped jungle wood does not have the 1 stair. So I'll take the other one actually, and I'll from this oak slab, just up diagonally left, 11 up, sit on oak stair facing right. Up diagonally right from that stair, I'll have an upside down oak stair facing left. And that's the gist of it. For the other one, you'll just only have the top stairs, since, again, you don't want to take the stripped jungle away. The stripped jungle is more important, basically. Think of it as like a pillar that's laying, or sitting in front of the wall just ever so slightly. So whenever you have a situation like that, with a hole in the wall, it would only go through the actual wall and not through the pillar. The pillar would be overlaying it. Now, that's my way to explain it. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I guess I am for the most part. Don't really have a ton to say either way. At the end of this hallway, you want to connect the bottom oak planks for this row together with more oak planks, and then have a row of oak stairs in front of it like so. A block below that, you're filling in the floor with block of coal. Might not be a bad idea to fill under those stairs. I couldn't care less, frankly, so I'm not gonna. But probably smart too, regardless. You should have this. This one is another case of the 4s, and this one lines up sort of okay from the start. If you do take this start, you want to place 4 rows of beehives facing left to right to start. Then you'll have the sideways row of stripped jungle wood, and then you'll just repeat that pattern over and over again until you reach the opposite end of the hallway. Right? I want to make sure that there's nothing weird happening here. before I go for that. Yep, that is the case, in fact. That's good. I always make sure that I double check those things because with these maps, there are always inconsistencies like that to a pattern that would generally be consistent. But you should end with one row of beehives after a strip jungle wood row. Just like so. Cool. Cool. Words are hard. At the end here, you can have a doorway that is actually in line with the other one. So if you just kind of place a row of chiseled bookshelves, or I guess if you bring the, not the leftmost oak plank, but one to the right back by one, you'll have chiseled bookshelves really off either side of it that should face away from it. And then maybe the next one out from this side should also face into that previous one, because again, you want to make sure that the chiseled bookshelves do not face like in so they're visible from either side here of the hallway, and also so they aren't visible from the doorway. And then you'll have just 2 stripped oak wood on either, and make sure you fill above the doorway. There are no doors here. We don't have a door until I think the music department has a door somewhere in it. It does not actually have a door in its doorway. So, anyway. Starting from the other side of the hallway, we can place the 7 billion oak trapdoors that we have to place. Starting with the left wall, you will take literally the second row after the stairs and have 3 oak trapdoors against the wall coming up. You'll then leave or I guess count to the second block behind that and place an oak trapdoor opened backwards like so. Behind it, you'll have one open to the left against the wall, and to the right of that one, you'll have another one. A block behind this, which would be in line with this oak slab on the left, both on the left and the right from the ceiling, you want an oak trapdoor open backwards. Behind either of those, another oak trapdoor, and those will connect together. You can actually get rid of your block of coal and I guess your oak stairs and get out barriers, which you should already have along with oak signs. And off of these center 2 oak trapdoors here, you do want oak signs like so. Then what you're going to want to do is on the left side here where you hit this hole in the wall, you'll have an oak trapdoor off the, I guess the center stair and also the block below it. Continuing back, 1 block behind the next pillar, which is on the right. Sorry, you'll have an oak trapdoor open up against the wall of the floor here. Opposite side, pretend like you're doing the same thing, but you misplaced it and it's open backward. I don't know why that's my description. And then you'll have another oak trapdoor on top of that, opened also backwards. You'll then end up, I guess, leaving a gap of 1 and place one on the ceiling, like so, that is open backwards, and you'll mirror that on the right. Same thing with this that you did before, the row of oak trapdoors behind that and off the center 2, you can just crouch and place oak signs on the front. Leaving a 1 block gap from the staircase on the left, you'll extend up against the left wall with 3 trapdoors, and on the right you'll extend up with 2, but you're on the block before, rather than leaving that 1 block gap. And on this back wall, the top left block, you'll have an oak trapdoor off of. Get rid of the trapdoors and get out a torch and place one to the right of the top half of the doorway here. Then what you can do is you want to place oak sign, well, you want to do the same thing as per usual with these holes in the wall. Barrier in the center, and then you want the oak sign off the barrier, either stair if you can, and then the block to the right of the barrier. On this wall, since you don't have the stair on the left, you don't actually want to place a sign on the left, you want to leave it open. So that's what I guess this one looks like. And that is what the other one looks like. Ironically, they're both the same pattern, where it's the top sign, the one off the barrier, and then one to the right. You can clear your inventory, and again, I'm just going to immediately get out the black concrete and fill the back side of those in, because I don't know, I feel like that seb deserves to be isolated, because it's so lame. You can then get rid of the black concrete if you want, and get out black stone walls, sandstone walls, block of coal, and black stained glass panes. Sorry, I guess I'm tired. From the part of the pathway we've already done, if you, again, leave that door and look at the first strip jungle pillar on the right side, that does not include this one right here that's in the corner, you'll place a sandstone wall off the top of it with a blackstone wall both in front of and behind it. Immediately behind these trapdoors for this weird sign, which should say music department, I believe, but I don't remember, you'll place a block of coal here on the ceiling. Below it, 2 blackstone walls and another block of coal. The block of coal in the ceiling, or I guess that is 1 block below the ceiling, you want to have left of it and behind it blocks of coal that are in the ceiling. From the back one, you'll have a blackstone wall below. Bring that back with a sandstone wall and then another blackstone wall. In line with the sandstone wall on the opposite wall, you want to place a block of coal in the, or on the top stripped oak here, replacing it. Have 1 in the ceiling in line with that, and then 1 forward from that also in the ceiling. Black stained glass panes under each top coal. Then the back pane you'll bring down by 2. And this is a hallway done. Which is not really actually great for that timing, because I was going to see if we were going to be able to get to the music department and just stop, but I'm worried that's going to be too short now, because that was a quarter of the length that I want. Anyway, if you haven't cleared your inventory, do so and get out the following you want. Same set as per usual. Chisel bookshelves. I'm going to get it in a different order every time, probably. Strip jungle wood. Oak planks. Stripped oak wood. Beehives. Oak slabs. Blackstone slabs. I forgot about that being there. Block of coal. And we'll go oak stairs. Heading out of this hallway at the end here, you want to... We're going to take to the left of this opening. And you can actually just off of either side just place a row of stripped jungle wood. That should be 4 tall. And I'm also going to pop an additional row of stripped oak wood on the top like so. So you can look towards it and it should kind of give you this. From the right side, I'm going to say now, place 2 oak planks extending out from the bottom and then a stripped jungle wood. Right of that, a singular chiseled bookshelf, block of coal, blackstone slab, stripped jungle wood. I'll then bring that jungle wood toward me with 4 oak planks and another stripped jungle. I'll then extend left from there with 8 oak planks, a stripped jungle wood, 4 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood. I'll then extend toward me again with a singular chiseled bookshelf, stripped jungle wood, 4 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, 2 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, and then from there it might not be a bad idea to place a chiseled bookshelf to the left of this that faces into that jungle, because then again you're leaving a gap of 1 and placing 2 more chiseled bookshelves that should really face left to right, and again you want to make sure it's not visible. Same deal. Stripped jungle wood, and then you'll extend back towards the build, so this way with 2 chiseled bookshelves, oak slab, chisel bookshelf, stripped jungle wood, 2 oak planks, stripped jungle wood, 1 oak plank, then a beehive that's going to face like towards that stripped jungle, so it'd be right, I guess. And then 3 chiseled bookshelves. Wait, I gotta figure out the direction. There we go. Oak slab, stripped jungle wood, and then you'll go right with an oak plank, stripped jungle wood, back towards the build with, I'm just gonna say 5 oak planks, or 4, sorry, not 5. Then I'll go right with, for real this time, 5, towards you with 3 oak planks, stripped jungle wood, whoopsies, right with 2 chiseled bookshelves and a stripped jungle wood, and then you can connect back into the build with 2 oak planks. That's the area that we're gonna probably spend the rest of the part doing, unless there's more time than what that will take, then, you know, we'll do more. So, you should know the drill from here. The only thing that is actually weird is the beehive. So, everything else is the same, with the 3 oak planks on top of the oak, and on top of 3 jungle on top of the jungle. I guess there are 2 actually weird parts. For this, where you have the blackstone slab and the block of coal, that's just pretend like that is a normal, like one of the holes in the wall with the oak, upside down oak stair and whatever. You don't want to worry about the blackstone, or that it being blackstone. It ends up being the same. The only reason it is blackstone is because there's an ink spillage on it, and it's just, I wanted to embed that in now rather than worrying about building it later. But yeah, for the beehive, you actually just want 3 beehives on top of it that are going to really face the opposite direction. Again, you just want to make sure you only see the notch for the bottom one. And yeah, technically you don't need the top one, but we don't need it as a block, or it's not a block that we have, so we're just going to leave it at that. But yeah. Hopefully this shouldn't be too hard of an area. This area right here is probably the most annoying part, where the little revive stations are. There aren't even that many in this chapter. I'm thinking of, like, if even 4. I don't think there is. There's the one in the Sammy section. There's this one, obviously. And there's one in the middle of the chase, and those are only 3 I can think of, but I'm saying 4 because I know that it's me and I'm going to be missing one in my head. So 4 I think is a safe bet. You should have this. As per usual, the floor and the ceiling you want the oak for. Now, or I guess the oak for the floor and the beehive and strip jungle wood for the ceiling. Floor I don't really need to talk about, this is obvious. For the ceiling, however, you were starting with the, again, a block up from the wall. Make sure I get the notch direction right, I do. 2 rows of beehives from the door, and then you have the strip jungle wood on the next row. And everything from this point is what you would think. The 4x4 pattern and whatnot. You can alternatively just do beehives and not even worry about building in the pattern. Do I recommend that more? Honestly, maybe. Because, let's be honest, this pattern is just real annoying to make. But it is entirely up to you. I just did 5, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Right on cue. But yeah, you'll end with a 4x4 square in this little back portion, which is cool. The only reason I did it, though, is because it is a little bit more accurate, technically. Everything is very framed in this game, you'll find. For the, this area, there is no strip jungle, by the way, this little, like, crevice. Well, I guess, okay, so, you have the one, like, here across that I currently have, and then the rest of it is just beehives. You don't actually want to bring the one, like, line going across this way through, like you would think. Because it technically, again, it's its own, like, thing. It's not part of the rest of the room. It technically is just, like, a room that or a part that they added on. Yeah, hopefully that'll make sense more so later. What if we can make that? I think we can make that cutout now. Well, once we're there, I should say. Not, like, right this second, but we have the materials to do most of it. I forgot to use string for it. Oh, God. Not that there's anything wrong with string, just... Okay, I remember why. I had to, like, think, but... Anyway, you should have this. Now, let's get all the block of coal out of the way. There's, what is there, 4? There's 4 blocks. Alright, that really feels unnecessary. Where we have the inked up hole, I'm never going to call it that again, you want to break the floor just like off of the 2 black blocks and place coal here. And you also want to do the same just like at the opposite point like so you have another little row of 2. In that opening, this spot here that I've mentioned is important. The one with just all oak walls and it's kind of just a little, you know, crevice. From the front left corner of it, which would be this, you want to count back by 1, replace this plank with a block of coal along with 1 to the right. In either top corner, pretty much each block, like around this corner, you're replacing with block of coal. Which is 3 blocks in total. On both sides. Oh, that's an optical illusion right there. Get rid of your block of coal and your blackstone slabs and get out blackstone stairs and oak fence gates. From the block of coal on the floor, you want to take the innermost one, and behind it, place a blackstone stair facing left. Right of that, an oak stair facing right. Oak plank on either, with on the sides of it, oak fence gates, kind of open into the body. It's not in. Can I please open you the correct direction? I'm going to crawl under you and do it that way, since you're going to be misbehaving so much. There you go. Then on top of those oak planks, you'll have a set of upside down oak stairs facing away from each other. And then on top of that, a set of oak stairs facing into each other. And that's your little Bendy. Probably the best statue I've ever made at a small scale. And it's not good. I mean, you can tell that it's Bendy, I guess. So that's credit where it's due. Get rid of, I guess, everything and get out whatever you want or whatever you're going to need to finish the holes in the wall, which would be barriers, oak signs, and black concrete. In addition, you want mud brick walls, block of stripped bamboo, yes, bamboo mosaic slab, structure void, and we'll go oak logs and stripped oak logs. So still looking at this little cutout guy, or this little statue, you want to place it around the top of his head, just like we didn't get string, that's fine. From either top corner, you'll place a mud brick wall and extend it down by 1. Moving in from the inner ones, you'll just place structure voids. Get rid of the structure voids and get out the aforementioned string that I somehow forgot. And around the top row of his head, you want to just place string going all the way around. Only thing is it's not cutting directly in front. It will come off like forward on these sides here. But that is about it, like so. And then from that point, you want to do the same thing basically on the next 2 rows down. Except for the next row down, you're cutting 1 more in. I guess you're just actually taking 1 off either side for each row. So this next row is 1 shorter, and then this row here is just a row of 4 at the back, since you can't place forward. And that'll just kind of give you that like dust effect, because I don't know why these things are so dusty. They're dusty as hell, but you know, would hell be dusty? Anyway, to finish off the little holes in the wall, you should know the drill for them. The only one that's weird is this guy right here, because in front of it, you'll have a block of stripped bamboo facing up with a bamboo mosaic slab on top. And then basically when you're filling this, you don't actually want a barrier in the center of this one like you will for these guys with the oak signs. You'll just place the 2 signs that you can, and then you'll come around to the outside, and you will place an oak sign off of the back of the slab like so. And then you'll do the same over here, and you want to black off the back of all of these the same way that we've done already like 12 times in this chapter. These things are everywhere, and I don't know why. They aren't really interesting. I guess they add something to the wall, but even then, what are they, homes for the mice or something? I don't really get it. Anything else we can do? Yes, there's one more thing we can do. I think so. Yeah. So on the far wall here, close to the hole with the ink on the bottom, you want to break the center 2x2 of this oak plank wall. If you're still looking at it, you'll break another row to the left hand down, which will give you a 3x3. A block back from that, you can fill it in with whatever block, just again, so we have a surface to build off of. If you take each of the 4 corners, you'll place a stripped oak log on it facing out, along with the center one. And on the remaining 4, you'll place oak logs like so. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. You want another Bendy banner. So just if you should still have it, like I mentioned at the end of last part. Grab it out, or just go block peg it if you don't have it for some reason. You also want oak trapdoors, spruce trapdoors, chiseled bookshelves, glow item frames, mud bricks, oak buttons, paintings. And we'll leave it at that. Off the center block of this, you want to place your Bendy banner. Yeah. To the right of this, off the bottom block of the wall, you want to come out with 3 oak trapdoors, and then a 4th open up against the previous, like so. Bring that end trapdoor all the way up to the ceiling, which should be 3 blocks up. And then the top trapdoor of those 4, you'll bring all the way left with trapdoors in the bottom half of the block. Underneath this rightmost trapdoor, you actually want to break kind of both rows here on the right. In line with the top block, you'll have a mud brick with an oak button off of it. In line with the bottom block, you'll have a chiseled bookshelf with the open side facing out. And then if you crouch and place a glow item frame off, it'll give you this kind of... I don't know why they're green now with vibrant visuals. It's weird. I don't understand it. Because the glowing sacks on item frames, or on signs rather, aren't. So I don't know why they made this one green. But anyway, to the left of that, you'll have a spruce trapdoor open up against that block. To the right of the shelf, you want the 4th plank over, or I guess the second one from here, which is this guy, and you want another 1x2 painting. You can actually get out ochre frog lights, because I forgot that we could do these, because we have the oak trapdoors. The strip jungle pillar next to the shelf we just made, or I guess kind of in line with it. The second block out from the shelf, you replace this jungle with a frog light, along with the block to the left. You'll then have oak trapdoors underneath. In addition, as I had mentioned, the top beehive on this row on the right side is getting replaced with an ochre frog light with an oak trapdoor open up against it. Like so. I have an itch on my leg. Yeah. Annoying. The next thing we can do is clear our inventory. Don't get rid of the Bendy banner. I almost just did on accident. And get out blackstone slabs and blackstone and sandstone walls, not slabs. Along with levers and spruce buttons. Yeah, wow. We're gonna have a lot more time than I had hoped for this, which is fine actually. The more progress we get done, the better, I guess. The wall panel to the right of the one with the painting. Going left to right in line with the top stripped oak, you'll place a blackstone wall, sandstone, 2 blackstone. Where the beehives are. Ignore the bottom beehive. The one above it, though, you'll have a lever on, and the one above that, you'll have a spruce button. Wow, I missed the door. Get out oak stairs and mud bricks. Sorry, I don't know or how I forgot that. And 2 blocks back from that, in line with this strip jungle, I think you should have one on both sides. Yeah, you will. You'll place a mud brick in either top corner. Connect the top ones together with oak stairs, and then place another full row of oak stairs below that. Heading to the other side of this door, immediately on the left, you'll leave a gap of 1, and going from the top of the wall back, you'll place blackstone wall, sandstone wall, blackstone wall. Then in this back corner, blackstone wall, right of it, sandstone, right of it, blackstone. And that's this room done. Now, I guess what we're going to do is at least get the layout for, like, the outer portion of music department done. And we'll just work from there, I guess. I'm not really sure what I want to do. Get out the following to start. Chiseled bookshelves. Stripped oak wood. Stripped jungle wood. Yeah, I am really changing it every time. Oak planks. We don't need, like, beehives or any of that, but I guess we'll get out the things for the holes in the wall. So oak slabs, oak stairs, barriers, oak signs, and I guess we'll stop there. Sure, that works. So if you were again on the outside looking towards the doorway like this, you want to take the strip jungle wood to the right and extend it out with 3 chiseled bookshelves and then a strip jungle wood. You'll then want 4 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood, leave a gap of 4, so I'll just place oak slabs and then place another strip jungle wood, 4 oak planks, strip jungle wood, left of that 4 chiseled bookshelves, and a strip jungle wood. Then bring that one back with a chiseled bookshelf that should face into this strip jungle here. That's the only direction it really can. Gap of 1, then 2 more chiseled bookshelves, and then a strip jungle wood. Then 4 chiseled bookshelves and a strip jungle wood. I hope they can face that way. I feel like that room is smaller than like 2, so I'm just going to assume that I'm good. And then going left from this strip jungle here, you want to place 9 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. Then you'll extend toward me with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. Then just 4 upward facing stripped oak wood. And then I guess a strip jungle wood again. Then you will extend left with again 4 upward facing stripped oak wood and a strip jungle. Then extend back towards the build with the same 4 stripped oak wood and then the jungle. Not sure why I filled it that way, but whatever. And then from there, you'll go back to 4 chiseled bookshelves and a strip jungle wood. Then you will extend left with 2 chiseled bookshelves, oak slab, chiseled bookshelf, stripped jungle wood. Extend back towards the build so that way with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Then, do you want a strip jungle there? You do, yes. Then you'll want 2 chiseled bookshelves going left of that preferably face into each other. Because then you'll want a gap of 1 and another one that, again, should probably face left. Or I guess right would be the angle. Then a strip jungle wood. Then extend, again, back towards the build with 8 chiseled bookshelves. I'm going to bring them or place them in a line like this. And then a strip jungle wood. And then I'll go to the right with 4 chiseled bookshelves. Strip jungle wood. Back towards the build, which is actually not really towards the build anymore, it's just that direction. With 3 chiseled bookshelves. That's fun, I guess. And then a strip jungle wood. Then I'll go right, so actually towards the build this time, with 2 chiseled bookshelves that should, again, preferably face into each other. Gap of 1 and then another chiseled bookshelf. Strip jungle wood. Then toward me with 3 chiseled bookshelves and a strip jungle wood. And then finally right with 4 chiseled bookshelves, and you should finally connect back into the beginning. And that should give you this. That's kind of like this main outer area. We do have a room, as you can see, I guess based on the doorways, just to give you context. This is the stairway at the front. The opening on the right is the room with the pool table. I almost said ping pong table. There's a staircase here at the top right, and on the left side you have this hallway which leads to a bunch of stuff, and then this doorway which leads into the main studio room itself. Same thing as per usual with the walls here. I think there are 2 things that I want to point out. Obviously you're doing the same thing with the hole here. That wasn't one of them. But the over top each 1 block opening, you want to place a stripped oak wood at the top. The stripped oak wood area, at the back, this back right, this particular back wall, you'll bring up with only 2 stripped oak wood and then a row of oak planks. Only this back wall, though, the others are brought up normally with the stripped oak wood and whatnot. But yeah, that one is a little bit strange, so. The other thing that I feel like I needed to mention. Oh yeah, the opening on the left side, you might want to bring the strip jungle wood on either side up an additional block. So 3, and then I'll go 4. And then I'll connect them together there. Just to get that, whatever, I forgot the word, that's good. Just to kind of, make that door a little bit more obvious. A lot of these are already, whatever. But that one is a majority of the chapter that's left, actually. Yeah, because that leads to the sewers and everything as well. So so I guess that really is the main direction. Alright. Almost there. And I'm actually going to just do this whole entirely here. I'm going to place the barrier and the oak signs. And I'm going to black this off right now as well. Just because I don't really feel like waiting for it. No sense in doing so. Oh lord, so many walls. Well, it looks cool with vibrant visuals though, how like thin that shadow is. It's one thing that I've really liked. Shadows do really look nice. Okay, I just want to make sure I got the other two doorways right. I like thought for a second I made them 3. Anyway, you should end up with this. The floor you want to fill in with oak planks. And I'm going to go like an additional block inside of each of the like doorways. Just because. And then we can place the doors and the stuff that we need for the certain ones that are weird. Because there are some weird things. What's new, I guess. This really is an awkward point, because I don't want to commit to detailing this room yet. In this part, because there's not enough time to do that. So I'm in that weird limbo between not really the length that I'm trying to go for yet, and yeah, not having enough time to do a whole bunch. Maybe get like a couple small things laid out for the top, like the ceiling and stuff. But I don't think I'll start a ton for that. Anywho, you should have this. Switch out your barriers for structure voids, and switch out your oak stairs for oak doors. And the doorway that we entered the room from, you actually want to just pop a couple structure voids in like so. You can walk through structure voids, so this is not a problem. And on the back side of them, I guess the inside of them, you'll just place oak signs. And again, you should be able to walk through. Just make sure you can. I remember there used to be a glitch with Bedrock where whenever you walk through a structure void with an oak sign on it, the oak sign would break because it technically didn't think it should. Like, it wasn't supposed to be on there, but it was still working. I don't know. For each of the doorways, the other one that is on this wall, you want to above it place an oak sign, count down a line on it, and type stairs in all caps. The next doorway, which if you just kind of follow the shape here, it's the one across from the hole in the wall. You want an oak door with the handle facing to the left if you're looking at it. The next one does not have a door, and that actually is that really the only door in this room? What? Why? Well, I mean, I think there might be another one, technically. No, there's not. There's literally just not a door anywhere. What? Alright, sure. Whatever. Anyway. You can, I guess, clear your inventory. And yeah, we'll start to do some small things to just kind of fill up whatever, but I don't want to commit to a ton. Get out composters. Strip jungle wood. Beehives. Ochre frog lights. And oak trap doors. Sure, we'll go with that. So on the front wall here, you want to just place composters going across. If you just go directly on top of the walls like here, and then you can just crouch and place over top where these stairs are, like so. In this gap above the stairs, you'll fill this ceiling in with pretty much beehives facing left to right. The only thing is the center 1x2, you'll actually place over frog lights instead. And off the underside of them, you want oak trap doors. On the right side here, this particular divot, you want to... What did I just... I swear I just saw something, whatever. You want to bring either strip jungle wood up by 1 and connect them together. And again, you're filling this area in with beehives facing left to right. The thing for this one, though, there is a light, and it's actually, like, against this right wall. It's just another 1x2, like so. Of ochre frog lights with the oak trap doors underneath. And then, finally, the... actually, this strip jungle wood here, that is the backmore one of the area we just made, you can just bring the top one left with 4 composters, and I'll bring the strip jungle wood up by 1 as well, just for fun. You can actually take these strip jungle woods inside this section, though, which are these ones, really, and you'll bring them up by 4 each, along with, I guess, these back corner ones. And if you get out oak planks, chiseled bookshelves, and stripped oak wood, you can pretty much fill in this area. So we'll do the bendy cutout in a sec, I guess, because that is there. But on this wall where you have this row of oak planks, you want to, on the leftmost one, place a chiseled bookshelf facing right. And from the right, you'll have 2 coming to the left, and then this should be the open block here. 3 stripped oak wood on each chiseled bookshelf, and then you want to make sure that you fill the stripped oak wood on the top 2 blocks over the door. I'll fill 4 rows of oak planks on top of these side walls here to make it in line with that stripped jungle's height. Just like this. And then I'll really bring these center strip jungle woods up by 1 and connect together with sideways ones. And then you'll just want 4 rows of beehives facing left to right off the front and back of it. I have these notches facing the opposite direction, but it's fine. Like so. We do have a missing wall. For it, yeah, you can clear your inventory. We might as well do the stairs as well. So get out oak stairs, oak slabs, oak trap doors, stripped birch wood, and block of coal. And I guess also actually oak planks, that would be important. If you're really either side of this wall, doesn't matter. Directly on top of the outermost composters, you'll place an oak plank. If you're on bedrock, you're going to have to be really specific with this because the composters don't like you. You'll place 2 blocks of coal on top of those oak planks. On top of each oak plank, I guess. On top of these center 2 composters above each, you'll place 2 upward facing stripped birch wood. I'm trying to aim for the far side of the composter as I place these, because if you try to go for the near side like this, it'll just either not place it, or it'll do that. And you will have to crouch to place it, by the way. That is important. Alright, I just can't get it now. Oak planks above that. Not directly below the composters, but like 2 rows in, you want to place an oak stair on either side. Same thing, pretty much. You'll have an oak trapdoor behind that off of the top half. Above that trapdoor, 1 open against the wall. Behind that trapdoor, a stair. Behind that, a trapdoor on the top half, and you're repeating this pattern. This should be familiar also from part 1, hopefully. I can actually do it like this. And you should end actually with this one on, or with trapdoors instead of stairs like we did before. And then you'll connect each oak stair together with slabs and connect those bottom trapdoors together with more trapdoors. And then there's one more thing I'm gonna do. Like so. The final thing requires 2 things. Mud brick walls and structure voids. Coming in from the strip jungle wood on either side, you'll place mud brick walls. Connect together at the top, and then you'll have structure voids between the bottom 2 mud brick walls and the, I guess, top 2 that you can now. And that should give you this kind of area with this divot. But anyway, once we've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 2, Part 2 complete. Not a bad amount of progress. I mean, you know. What is it? It's that room right there. So, I mean, we're pretty far for 2 parts. Unfortunately, there's a lot. Like, I know I said last part, like, it wasn't that much, but I think a lot of it is kind of centralized in this one area. So really, once we get music department done, and once we're pretty much to Sammy's room, it'll be good, because I guess at least the main thing I'm worried about is the, what is it called? Hold on, do I have a sign that says I should? The infirmary. Yes, that part. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Wow, that was weird. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.